What's up, metalheads? If you're new here, my name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Today I got an overview of the Axial Enzi. This is a knife sent in. It's part of a pass around group, and I've got three Axials in. This one a fixed blade and the OTF, and this is the one that I gravitated towards first. I've been carrying this one for the past couple days, 3 days, and I really like this thing, man. I gotta tell you, action on it's really good. Now, I'm sure this is nice and broken in because many people have had this before I got it, but man, the action is fantastic on this thing. Great detent. Flipper only. That's a downside for me. Nothing wrong with the knife. You guys know me. I like multiple deployment methods, but if you just like a simple, well-built flipper, this is a good one. With premium materials, this is a good one for sure. And this one is being, unlike their Shift, which is made in the United States, this is being OEM'd in China. I'm not sure who that OEM is, but they apparently, Axial is working to bring all their manufacturing stateside, so these will be manufactured in the US sometime in the future. These are on $190 on their website, but you can get 10% off these if you use a discount code on Axial, and I think Lefty has a discount code on Axial, so, and they do have these in stock. This is a titanium frame lock with 20 CV blade steel, sheep's footy blade there, sheep's footy reverse tanto blade, or it's that blade shape, you know, that one right there. I think it's a good looking knife too. Pocket clip works extremely well, which when at first glance I was like, man, that's not going to be good. The pocket clip's on the lock bar, but there's just an edge. Little bit of that pocket clip's landing on the actual frame and not on the lock bar, enough to keep it from touching the lock bar, which actually I think assists it going in and out of the pocket so well. Goes in and out of the pocket really well actually, so no issues at all with pocket clip. Deep carry, flush mounted with flush mounted screws, titanium backspacer, ceramic ball bearings on the pivot, which you can definitely feel them. Thing is so smooth. I'm curious when you get one new if it's this drop shutty, because this, for a little knife, a little lightweight knife, man, this thing is really good, really good. One shake and she's home. The flipper action's fantastic too. Although I'm not a big flipper only guy, I can appreciate a good flipper, and whether you push button it or light switch it, feels the same. Very comfortable. The flipper tab is tuned perfectly, and there's not a whole lot of jimping on it, but it just works and it's so comfortable. There's no discomfort whatsoever whether you push button or light switch it. For their first folder, man, I think they hit a home run. I looked on their website to see if they gave credit to a designer, and I don't see anything saying who the designer is. And they called this a modified tanto blade, by the way. I don't know who the designer is. It's just Axial. It would be cool if they would, give some props to the person that designed it. Or maybe it was a team that designed it, and that's why there's no individual designer getting credit for it. I don't know. What was I going to say? The blade thickness, 118 thousandths, so kind of thick, but flat grind almost all the way up the blade. Got a little swedge there. Once you get past a little bit of jimping they give you. Jimping here, not very good. I see why they have that jimping there, because this is like their, like their logo. Like if you look on their fixed blade here, same three little marks there. That's like their symbol, Axial symbol, I think. And then on the Shift, you got the same thing, the three little cuts. So I see why they did it there. It looks cool, but it's not very good jimping because of it. Maybe put those three marks somewhere else and do some real jimping up here, because you get zero traction on this jimping. It may as well not be there. It's aesthetics, and that's it. It provides no traction at all. But honestly, with this little knife, how much traction do you need? How much hard use or push cuts are you really going to be pushing through with this little guy? But it would be nice if it had some actual, functional jimping up there. So know that if you get this knife, jimping it's just for looks. It's so smooth. They've done such a good job making everything smooth to the touch that they went too far on the jimping. It's too smooth. there's no tactile, no traction at all. So, all right, let me give you the specs on it real quick, and then we'll give you some size comparisons. Overall length is only 6.73 inches, and the blade length is 2.81 inches. So if you're in one of those crazy 3-inch states, you'll be good to go. Cutting edge is 2.78 inches, so because of the little bit of a choil here, and they did a good job in the choil, I should point that out. You got quite a bit of area to sharpen before you hit the plunge. Plain edge, satin finish, flat grind, modified tanto. They do not give the weight. Well, let me go to the show all specs. We're going to verify the weight anyway. Handle length is 3.91 inches. Titanium frame lock. Weight is 2.8 ounces. And it is a reversible clip, so there's a little bit of lefty love here. Makes sense since this, I think this came from lefty EDC, so it does make sense. And country of origin is China, but it does not give the OEM. I wish I knew who the OEM was. If I had to guess who the OEM is on this, and there's so many, there's some knives you can just tell who it is, right? If I had to guess on this one, I might go QSP, honestly, just because of the way the pocket clip is done. The way, not this part, although that part too, but how they've cut out the handle and recessed it, and the cutout shape and everything. I may think QSP on that one, and honestly, it's got me thinking. No, whole pattern's different. I don't know, QSP, or maybe I don't know, at this price point, $190. Could be Best Tech, but I don't know. If you know, comment below and let me know, because I have no idea. I don't see that information anywhere. Let's verify that weight real quick. They're claiming 2.8 ounces. Feels about right to me. I was going to say it's under 3. This is a very good EDC size knife. The size. It's just a good EDC knife especially for someone that doesn't fidget and doesn't want all the holes and all that stuff to fidget. 2.6. Wow, they claim 2.8. What's up here? Oh, let me zero that out. All right, now zero that. I'm gonna try something different with these scales. 2.8. 2.8. Dead nuts. So they got it. All right, let's give you some size comparisons here real quick. All right, what would be a good size comparison here? Well, let's go ahead and pull out the Vista variant. That's going to be a decent comparison, although the variant's quite a bit heavier. They're almost the same length. I mean, almost identical. Well, the variant's just a little bit longer, probably less than 1/4 of an inch longer. The Maverick by Christensen Knife Works. A little bit shorter than the Maverick. My new favorite that I have a hard time putting down, and I've got oil on it. I need to clean that out. The Tactile Knife Co. Rockwall, the Golf Edition. Again, the Rockwall is just a hair longer, but not by much. Not by much at all. What else we got here? How about the Brian Brown Jager? Quite a bit smaller than the Jager. The AD 20.5. Again, quite a bit smaller. Just a small knife. Here's one that most of you aren't going to know, but maybe closer in size. The Sandra Knives Torino. It's even a little bit shorter than the Torino. Where's the bug out at? The bug out? Benchmade bug out. I think the mini bug out would probably be a much closer fit. Actually, I have a mini bug out over here. Where's it at? I think the mini bug out's going to be probably the closest thing. Yeah, it's actually a hair longer than a mini bug out. And how about the Mini Freak? Benchmade Mini Freak. Yeah. So you get the point. Not a big knife, but not a little knife either. A good EDC size knife. If you like flipper only, great action on this knife. It feels really good in hand. I really like it a lot, actually. Let me show you guys the two I always show you, just because a lot of those knives everyone does not own, but most people own one variation or another of the Penguin or the Spyderco Para 3. So a little bit smaller than the Penguin if I put them butt to butt. Penguin's got, I don't know, 1/4 inch on it. So I like it. I think it's a really cool knife, and it feels really good in hand. That's one of the things I really like about it, is how good it feels in hand. Now, I do feel this pocket clip in my palm a little bit, but it's not terrible. If I was gripping hard for long periods, I think it might become a hot spot. I wish that flattened out a little more, but it's not terrible. Now, if I grip back here like this, where my index finger is right here, I barely notice it. But if I really grip up and get up here on the kind of jimping, I feel it more right here. So it's not terrible, but I think it could become a hot spot if you were to be hard using or using this knife for long periods, push cuts or something like that. But that's really not what this knife is designed for. This is a box opener all day. This is a very nice box opener right here. This knife is not meant for any type of hard use, so very cool. I can't wait to see what Axial does next, especially stuff they start doing in the United States. I think they're going to become another Tactile, I think I could see them doing big things in the future at the prices they're selling things at. Yeah, I think they're going to be very successful as long as they can keep pumping out models that people like, that look good and function good. They're going to be successful for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you own this knife, comment below and let me know what you think about it. And if there are anyone has any idea who the designer is, comment below with that also. I'd love to know. Or was it, like I said, was it just the team at Axial? So, all right, guys, hit that like button for me if you enjoyed the video. If you guys are new, subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on. And I will see you guys on the next one.